When shall we meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain? When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle is lost and won, that will be ere the set of sun. Anyone recognize those lines? Our Macbeth over here. Well, I didn't. That is until Guido Schiavi, the class of 1944, came into my office 2 weeks ago. He sits down, gently removes his World War II infantry hat, and says, "Brendan, nice job on the Hall of Fame nominees this year, especially Father McCoy, who made me memorize the opening lines to Macbeth." Guido lit up when speaking about his former teacher, saying he was the best one I ever had. Then he pulled a prayer card out of his pocket from Father McCoy's funeral in 1967. I said, "Guido, where did you get that?" He said, "I went to the funeral, and I've kept it ever since." To say Father McCoy made an impression on this young student would be an understatement. When shall we meet again? In thunder, lightning, and in rain. When the hurly-burly's done. Guido struggled with that third line. When the battle is lost and won, Guido beamed as it clicked. That will be ere the set of sun. Words Guido learned 70 years ago from Father McCoy. Now, as my wife will attest, I can't remember to take the trash out on Tuesday night. Guido is remembering the opening lines from Macbeth, which he memorized 70 years ago. Father McCoy surely taught Macbeth because it is a cautionary tale. Macbeth had ambition. Ambition for power. Getting power and keeping power. With no thoughts of what he would do once he had it. And certainly not how he might use it to make people's lives better. Ultimately, he was racked with guilt over the path that he chose to get it. Guido and our other Hall of Famers, some of whom are here tonight, all of whom will be inducted in a ceremony tomorrow, took what they learned here at Salesianum and brought it to the world. Father Joseph McCoy was a great teacher. Rocco Avicenio took a risk, started a bank, and has generously given back to Salesianum and so many other worthy causes. Rear Admiral Tim Szymanski leads our troop in some of the most dangerous situations as head of special ops. Judge Bifferado was fair, funny, and always a gentleman. Colonel James Fiorelli served our country as a highly decorated fighter pilot. Dr. Steve Leach used his talents to become one of the world's leading cancer researchers and is as humble as they come. And Tom Higley, the school architect for over 20 years. Any part of this building that is not original, Tom's fingerprints are all over. Today, his grandson Tommy is graduating. Tom, would you both please stand? His legacy lives on, not just in the bricks and mortar, but in his sons, Tom, class of 1986, and Matt, class of 1988, and now Tommy, 2015. Thank you to the Higleys. Some of our Hall of Famers made money, some achieved ranks and titles, but all left their mark. Surely they were ambitious. You don't accomplish what they accomplished without ambition. But unlike Macbeth, they used their ambition to help others. Graduates, I don't know what you will remember 70 years from now, but I hope you have led a life of ambition, guilt-free ambition. That is an ambition not rooted in selfishness, but an ambition in the service of others. You don't need to be a Hall of Famer, for as St. Francis de Sales reminds us, nothing is small in the service of God. And so, as you go your separate ways from here, I will leave you one last time with the great lines from the opening of Macbeth. As recited to me 2 weeks ago by Guido Schiavi of the class of 1944, as taught to him by Father Joseph McCoy of the class of 1924. When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain? When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle is lost and won, that will be ere the set of sun. Go make us proud, guys. Congratulations.